Okay, Charles LeBlanc here. If you want to go see my blog, go to Google, write my name, you'll see it. This morning I lost a friend. Nice friend. Female. Dead at 55 years old. Now, I know it's hard to believe, but I do have a private life. It's not everybody that goes on my blog. There's many people that I'm friend with that never seen the light of day on my blog. And they want their private life, and I honored their request. So we're not going to use her name, since she never made, I never mentioned her when she was alive. I'm not going to mention her when she's dead. We're going to call her Miss Beautiful Eyes. Miss Beautiful Eyes, the reason I say that is she always talked with her eyes. And she would often tell me off with her eyes. And she told me where to go with her eyes. And I met her about 7-8 years ago. Became good friend. Nothing sexual, just good friends. We would look after each other. And I would turn around and say, you know, we're just looking at, I got ahead of myself. I wish it was a beautiful sunset. Miss Blue Eyes died this morning. But it sort of matches the mood right now. Dark, light, and I'm sure she's watching us from heaven. But 2008, 2009, when my problem with the police arrived and everything, she would always look at both sides, knowing me. She knew me inside out. Like, she would always say, you know, like, you're both foolish. And she was working, then she got laid off. And I tried to, 2010, when David Howard won, I asked Brian McDonald, the local MLA, to give her a helping hand. He arrived there. And I guess she wasn't pretty enough for him. And he wants to be the next leader. Yeah, right. Anyway, but this is not political, I'm sorry. So, for 4 years, in 2010, I decided that I was going to quit smoking. And she was Blue Eyes. Miss Blue Eyes was a smoker. And me, you know, when I was smoking, then I started coughing a little bit. And then I realized, what do I want to do? Do I want to keep on being the worst nuisance that society has ever seen? Or do I want to die? I took the nuisance part. I quit smoking. So she continued smoking. I told Miss Blue Eyes, Beautiful Eyes, listen, you're wheezing. And how she would tell me, oh yes, excuse my language, she would tell me to fuck off. There is nothing she hates worse as a reformed smoker. And we fought and fought and fought. And it was just terrible. It was just, I would tell her, listen, you're wheezing, and it would turn into a big fight. But we would watch over each other. Like my battle with the police. I took seizures. I gave her the keys to my apartment. And one episode, I woke up with 2 black eyes. Another episode, I had 1 black eye. Last time, I fell against the heater. There's a scar on my forehead. She would have never been there. I wouldn't be here. But she went through hard times. She stayed inside and smoked. I said, listen, you don't go out. You always stay inside. If you stay inside and you sleep inside, the secondhand smoke you're going to breathe it over and over and over. She said, well, the windows are open, and I couldn't get nowhere. But then her life's changed. She had a grandchild. Oh, she was happy. cute little grandchild, her first grandchild, red hair. And she was very happy. She was, taking pictures. She was a grandma, all happy. Her life started to change. And then the Liberals got in power, and through a few connection of mine, we got her working. Service, New Brunswick. One sad part about all that, and I was very upset. She was working, she worked there for a year, and next thing you know, they told her, Fredericton Nonprofit, she had to move because she was working and giving, the place for somebody that's homeless. So I said, are you sure you're going to stay on your job? She says, yes. They said, government New Brunswick said, no problem. She moved. We helped her move the north side, Douglas Avenue. And she got laid off 2 weeks later. I was very upset. But anyway, she collected the eye through the summer. At the end, the government, a few of my friends helped her, got her a job. Then on her own, she got a job in another department. And things were looking up. She moved to another place, Prospect. Then suddenly she was in pain. Spring. I visited her, and she was in pain. She was in pain. And I asked her if she wanted me to massage her back or what, her muscle. No, did it before. Then no, she couldn't move. So I remember going down Odell Park, and I was very upset. You have your health, you shouldn't complain. You shouldn't complain. But Miss Blue Eye, let's say landed in the hospital, and then she told me that she was diagnosed with lung cancer. So I told her, I said, okay, a cigarette smoke, could it cause it, yes or no? So they had an operation and got a little bit, cleaned out. It was clear bill of health, everything. They took all the cancer from the lungs. Everything is fine, and she'll slow down, maybe stop smoking. And then next thing you know, she ended up not in the hospital again. I gotta say this, I was in the hospital and it was dark. I go in, I'd been there before in her room, and I tap her shoulder. I said, blue eyes, blue eyes. She was snoring. Blue eyes, blue eyes. Next thing you know, I look. I said, oh my God, that's not Blue Eyes. It was somebody else. Oh my God. I got out of there so fast. I look at the receptionist. I said, excuse me, who are you looking for? And I said, Blue Eyes. Oh, okay, but oh my God, that was scary. But visited her. She was in pain, puking, pain, terrible pain. I could just imagine how much pain they were 60, 70 years ago. And then she got transferred in palliative care. I asked my doctor, what happens, I know, first a friend of mine asked me, said, Charles, she's in palliative care. Yes, I'll say the word right one of these days, speech impairment. And my friend told me they lost her mom. She lost her mom and she lost her sister. I said, Charles, this is not good. It's not good at all. She doesn't have long to live. I said, what are you talking about? I asked my doctor, and he goes like this. Like, it's over. So I visited Blue Eyes. Never mentioned nothing about dying or nothing at all, or like I told you so, or just trying to stay calm and don't show no emotion. And it was hard seeing her in bed, and she was just drugged so bad. And we used to dance and play music and listen to music, drink beer. And when she would hear a song, she would go, her arm up in the air and dancing. And I put the headphone near her ear, and all she could do was move her little finger. One song she liked was John Conley. Rose colored rose glasses. Anyway, so rose colored glasses. So anyway, it's then palliative care outside. They got flowers, and 2 weeks ago I went to visit her. She could walk. We went out, and she loved plants. So she saw the nurse taking flowers, and she took some flowers on her own, put it in a bowl. Like she said, okay, I'll take care of them when I get home. That was 2 weeks ago. 2 or 3 weeks ago. And me, I caught a cold, so I didn't visit her. But then she started to hallucinate, and then she was saying, oh, there's a boat right there. And then she goes, oh, where's my pills? You took my pills. Or I said, Myra, I said, no, there's nothing here. There's, and then she was seeing things. And all her family was all sick. Nobody could visit her because they didn't want to give her the germs. Her immune system was low. So I was trying to do the best I could to pass the time. She was religious, and Anglican, what do you call it? Elder or whatever arrived, pastor. I said, oh, I'm going to leave. She said, no, you don't have to leave. And no, and it was I seen two, a male and a female. And the female, she said, let's pray, all pray together. She believed. And then I forgot one thing. She had another grandchild, a son. I think now he's close to 1 year old. Two grandkids. And he was looking at her iPhone and looking through the pictures of her grandkids. And the video, she loved the videos. Her little grandchild was going like this, and she was just looking at those pictures of her only grandkids. So we thought everything was going to be fine. The doctor, she had a huge tumor in the back. Tumor was, half of the tumor was successful in defeating it, or whatever you want to call it, removing it. But then we found out this morning she died. 55 years old, her two kids was on Facebook. Her daughter and son were holding both her hands. They told her that they love her, and she let go and died. Now, why am I doing this? I even asked her a few weeks ago, what would you say to young people that smokes. She says, they're stupid. It was no longer F off. It was, they're stupid. She lost her hair. She even said she would do a video just to send the message that smoking will kill you. It will kill you. She will, her eyes were no longer the beautiful blue eyes. Her eyes were drug. Her eyes was in fear. Her eyes was, it wasn't the same blue eye. Just because of cigarettes. Sunsets, she'll never see that again. Her grandkids, she will never see her grandkids grow because of cigarettes. The only reason I'm doing this video, if it could stop one person, just one person. Picture your heart is smiling for the first time in years. Picture that you're giving your money to the government. They love you to smoke. Especially the natives. My God, they die a slow and painful death. Cheap tobacco. Tell the government to F off. Don't be like beautiful Blue Eye. I'm surprised I never broke down once, because I've been in mourning all day. We're going to bury her in the next few days. And just because of cigarettes.